Top things to know about legalization news. Several New Jersey mayors are threatening to ban marijuana stores from their cities if legalization doesn't include strong provisions to expunge past cannabis convictions. In a new study, scientists used marijuana consumers' urine to generate electricity. A survey of Iraq and Afghanistan military veterans found that 83% support medical cannabis, 55% back full marijuana legalization, 89% are interested in using cannabinoid medicines, and 90% want medical marijuana research, among other results. While full legalization bills get the most attention, an analysis takes a look at a number of other interesting cannabis proposals that state lawmakers are currently considering, including legislation to require insurance coverage for CBD, protect medical marijuana patients, gun access, authorize veterinarians to recommend marijuana for animals, and allow interstate sales. Sponsor message. Federal. A press release from the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Washington seemed to go out of its way to note that a marijuana distribution business it prosecuted was unlicensed. Former U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs Jendayi Fraser joined the board of directors of Cito Corporation, which makes marijuana cultivation equipment. Representative Matt Gaetz said he's confident about the prospects for federal marijuana reform. Representative Steve Cohen said marijuana is the least harmful drug. Representative Seth Moulton tweeted, "We shouldn't kid ourselves, veterans use marijuana. We have an obligation to make it safe, regulate it, and protect the benefits of it. Who would like to discuss it with their doctors? Matt Gaetz and I intro legislation that would do all of the above." Reps. Earl Blumina and Ina Titus, DNV, spoke about marijuana legalization in interviews with Pod Save the People. The House bill to direct the Department of Veterans Affairs to study medical cannabis got 8 new co-sponsors, for a total of 25. Then leads the next wave in the cannabis revolution with 3,000 plus cannabis business leaders and 150 plus industry-leading exhibitors with its third annual Seed to Sale show this February 12th to 13th in Boston. Be on the ground floor of untapped markets and grow your cannabis business by networking with industry leaders and taking advantage of cutting-edge advances in science and technology. States. Colorado Governor Jared Polis tweeted about a study showing that counties with marijuana dispensaries see fewer opioid overdoses. Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak appointed additional members to the advisory panel working on creating a cannabis compliance board. Oregon's Secretary of State released an audit that calls into question the effectiveness of regulations on tracking and testing of marijuana. Nebraska's Attorney General tweeted about the potential harms of marijuana. Florida's House Speaker said he has hesitations about allowing the smoking of medical cannabis. Separately, the state agriculture commissioner plans to announce new medical marijuana and hemp advisory committees soon. Connecticut's House Speaker and Majority Leader said there's no guarantee marijuana legalization will be passed this year. New York's Assembly Speaker spoke about the importance of equity provisions in marijuana legalization. Wyoming's House Majority Floor Leader filed a medical cannabis bill. Guam lawmakers introduced legislation to legalize marijuana. Kentucky's Agriculture Commissioner tweeted about Facebook's deletion of hemp pages. Vermont's Senate Judiciary Committee held a hearing on marijuana sales legalization. The Iowa Senate Judiciary Committee held a hearing on a bill to expand the state's limited low-THC medical cannabis law. An Illinois law allowing patients to substitute medical cannabis for opioids takes effect on Thursday. Follow Marijuana Moment on Twitter for breaking cannabis news. At least 17 marijuana bills are scheduled for committee hearings this week alone. International. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador declared the country's war on drugs over. A spokesman for Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte said he thinks a recently approved medical cannabis bill is good for those who are sick. The Canadian government's marijuana point man says edibles might not hit the shelves right when their sales become allowed, because provinces need time to prepare. Jamaica's Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries is encouraging the production of low-THC, high CBD medical cannabis. thrilled to the adventures of cancer and ganja tourist Joe Tierney as he travels across legalized America in search of its very best buds. As seen in the Washington Post, Louisiana Times, and other reputable publications you've probably heard of. Join the fun at gentlemantoker.com. Advocacy. The Democratic Party of New Mexico tweeted, "Decades of research has proven that the war on drugs was a colossal failure. Under a new bill being considered in the Roundhouse, drug addiction would be treated as the health crisis it is." Canadian marijuana activist and businessman Mark Emery is being disinvited from cannabis events in the wake of media reports about alleged sexual misconduct towards employees. Science and Health. A study found that pre-transplant marijuana use, past or current, does not appear to impact liver transplant outcomes. However, tobacco smoking remains detrimental. A study concluded that cannabis NF, a compound in hemp seed, reduces inflammatory response and oxidative stress in cells. The ASPCA Poison Control Center says it has seen a 756% increase in calls about accidental marijuana ingestion by pets over the last decade. The University of California, Berkeley launched a new cannabis research center. Opinion and analysis. A poll found that 79% of Colorado voters want the state to focus more on prevention and treatment for drug issues and less on incarceration and punishment. The Kansas City Star editorial board is encouraging Missouri lawmakers to pass legislation expunging marijuana records. Business. Turkish firm TechnoArge developed an X-ray scanner for airports made with a cannabis-based composite that the company says prevents radiation from spreading to the environment. Tyler insiders are offloading some of their stock holdings. Hexo Corporation said it raised $43.3 million in a stock sale. Ohio dispensary sold more than $300,000 worth of medical cannabis products in the first 12 days of operations. Culture. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell mostly dodged a question about allowing players to use medical cannabis. Musician David Crosby tweeted, "If smoking marijuana causes short-term memory loss, what does smoking marijuana do?" Thank you for subscribing now. Thank you for hitting the like button. Please comment and tell us what's happening new in your state or a state near you in the comments. Thank you. If you would like to read information like this in your email inbox, please see the link below to subscribe. All credit goes to Tom Angel for his work to bring this information to your inbox.